Welcome to How I Become a Billionaire, a look into the future. The name of today's episode, as I figured to call it, something like The Mistakes I've Made, Part 1, because I'm sure there's going to be many parts of them. And enough of intros. So, I want to talk about Jamba Juice as what did I learn out of my experience with buying Jamba Juice, ticker and symbol JMBA. Well, I've bought Jamba Juice a few good months ago when I just started investing, and the truth is I bought it because a friend of mine that's not even a friend, an acquaintance, that gave me a tip about what a great buy this is. And obviously, as a newbie that had no clue in investing, I thought, oh well, if my friend is saying that, well, I'm gonna be rich. And I ran and I bought that stock. I think the price when I bought it was about $6.90. And then I hear on television Jim Cramer saying, abandon the stock. I got paranoid, but I said, well, the stock was down like almost $1 in a couple of days. I was like, I'm not going to sell it now. I'm going to sell it now. I'm going to be losing like $200. Am I crazy? And of course I kept it. Long story short, the stock now, its value is $2.50, and we're talking about early March 1st today. Today's March 1st, 2008. I'm holding this stock, probably this oldest stock that I'm holding. I'm holding it for 5 months, 4 months, something like that, and I'm down quite a few thousands of dollars, because every time when it went down a bit, I bought more, because I was like, no, this is a great stock. I have to stock up more. And with all this negativity, and I still love this stock, and I'm looking long term on this stock. I think I was an idiot where I bought it. I think I've bought it quite a lot of times as an idiot. And if you ask me, okay, Ben, so it's so easy to say retroactively that you're an idiot, but what did you really learn out of this? And I'm glad that you're asking that, because that's a question that kept me up so many nights, because I knew I'm not selling that stock. And as it went down $1 and $2, I started analyzing it to try to figure out, okay, I started learning how to analyze stock, and I saw, well, I'm definitely not in a good spot here. I felt it's a good company. I felt long term. I just like the company. I think, and obviously that's not enough for trading, but I didn't try to trade that stock. I kind of changed the perspective from I just bought a stock for I don't know what, without knowing why I'm buying the stock. I just bought it because someone said to buy it and I'm going to make money. I had no idea when should I buy it, when should I sell it. I just bought. And obviously, one thing that I've learned, and I learned so many things from this stock, but one thing that I've learned is never buy a stock without doing some research. Don't listen to other people. You could hear from other people or other companies or other newsletters or God knows what. Yeah, you could listen, but don't use whatever someone says as a reason to buy a stock. I just was listening this week on this huge radio show, and I'm not going to name names, and one of the anchors there was saying, like, you should buy Crocs. Buy Crocs as much as you can. And I started tracking it because it sounded interesting. I like the Crocs. I know they were cool a few years ago. I know in New York, no one thinks it's cool. Even when I try to wear them, then people look at me funny, and then I put them back at home because they're not cool in New York. But I'm drifting. But the point of it was that it dropped I think 30% or something like that the day after the broadcaster said you should buy it. And now it's because I was smarter, and I'm quite proud of that I didn't react my Jamba Juice story. I didn't buy it again. I didn't buy something that I had no clue. I didn't invest into it at all. So that's one thing that I've learned from Jamba. And the second thing that I've learned from Jamba was there's such a thing called a trend. It's not logical. There's nothing in a trend that you could really sit down and explain to a person one-on-one, why is the stock going down? Believe me, that I've tried to find a logic to this. There's no logic. But what there is a pattern. And if you don't listen to the technical details, if you see when the stock is going down, don't try to be contrarian. And when I'm saying contrarian is don't think that you know better than the market, The market knows better than you. If you're going for a, if you, unless, and that's unless you feel that it bottomed. You feel that it bottomed, and obviously you need to be very, very cautious when you feel something bottomed. And you have to believe in it long term. And I know that everyone says marks, everyone says like, oh, you have to sell, you have to buy, you have to this, you have to that. I'm not a trader. If I'd be a trader, that would be great, but I'm not a trader. When I buy a stock, I would love to make a profit of 2% in one day and sell it, but I would not mind, and that's what I've learned, one of the biggest things I've learned. I don't mind buying a stock and letting it go down now. And my Jamba Juice stock is down from my 690 to 2.5 is insane amount of depreciation, if you want to call it, of my stock. But I didn't take it so hard. I've learned from my mistake. I regret not selling it while it was up. But then again, even if I would go back in time or if today I would be involved in a stock that I believed in, and I thought I got a good bargain, and I thought I found it in the right place, I don't think I have the emotional power today to kill it after 2 minutes. I'm not trying to be a day trader. And I will talk about day trading, and there's some stock that I do day trading, but those stocks have no emotional baggage towards them. If you have a stock that you have emotional baggage towards, and you have faith in that stock in a long term, and you think about that as a company and not as a stock, ignore don't worry when it goes down. If you believe in it, most chances will go up if you do your research well. And I believe in that, even though my stock is still down and you could count my words and it's on records, this stock is going to make me money. Sooner or later. I'm hoping sooner than later, but if it's later, it's later. This money is allocated for this value investment as I see it. If I would have an option to go back in time, I would never have bought that stock at 690 when I saw that it was still downtrending. But I have no way to take that back. So that's enough about Jamba Juice. And I want to talk one more stock before our 10 minutes are up, because YouTube doesn't let me upload more than 10 minutes of videos. I guess this was a Jamba Juice episode ever anyways, but I didn't focus on Jamba, more focused on the baggage around this. CBI. CBI is a great company, and this one I actually did research, and I researched a lot, maybe too much. And it wasn't an uptrend. It was an uptrend. It was undervalued, I believe, and I bought a lot of it when it traced down about $10. And I thought it was just a temporary trace down. I did not think or believe that it was a big change. Now, when it went down $10, I bought it. It continued going down. And I bought a lot of that stock. And I started getting frustrated. Because I was inclined to join in while it's going up. And I made a mistake there as well. I did not look into the technical details when I decided when to buy. I just bought it at some point when it was going down without really giving a good reason to why should I buy it at some point when it went down. Now, I'm going to talk a lot about what I think and where I think you should buy stock and how could you analyze it and how I see the right way to analyze and the right place to get into stock from my own experience. As I've said in episode number 1, and please go back to it if you did not see it, I'm not a pro. I'm far from being a pro. It's my first 4 months of investing, or maybe 5 months. I'm not a pro. I'm an average person just as you, with one exception, that I'm really excited about it. And I hope you are as well, and you probably are as well if you join my show. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, and I might add in another video because I just feel like I want to talk more and 10 minutes are not enough for me. So I'll see you in episode 2 of Mistakes I've Made, or whatever I called it. Good investing.